Next time they shine your light in the sky, don't go to it. The bat is dead. Bury it. Consider this mercy.
Tell me. Do you bleed? You will.
And wait, welcome to another edition of the Katarlal podcast. And today we're gonna do an impromptu Batman 1989 watch along. But before that, we're in the road to 1K, and thank you guys for subscribing. And for all those who have not subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button, like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, we have the OG Batman movie from 1989, starring Michael Keaton, Jack Nicholson, and many more. So before we start, make sure your players are in zero. Uh, you can use any streaming service out there. So we'll start in five, four, three, two, and one. Play. Right. Starring Jack Nicholson, Michael Keaton, Kim Basinger, a Guber Peters Company Productions, a Tim Burton film. Yep, Batman, 1989. The theme of the movie is from Danny Elfman. And we got Sin Havoc in the chat. Good evening, good morning. Yes, Sin. Nice of you to join me. So a little history for those who likes historical data. Originally, the characters in Batman 89 is supposed to be, of course, Bruce, the Joker, Two Face, but Vicky Vale was supposed to be Silver Saint Cloud, and the character Jack Palance plays Boss Grissom was supposed to be Rupert Thorne. What happened? Hollywood happened. Lots of rewrites and treatments. Story by Sam Ham and Warren Scarron. And remember, John Peters or Gruber was Kim Basinger's boyfriend back then. It's been a wild day, Sin. Wow. What happened? Set design is from Anton Frost, the late Anton Frost. Music by Prince. Sounds like what history repeating itself? What happened? Is uh is Superman L the best film since The Dark Knight? That history? Anyway, this movie doesn't show the origin of Batman. Unlike uh, Batman Begins, which really began the Batman story. I categorize Burton's Batman film as a dark camp, honestly. The setting is dark and somehow fantastical. We don't see the motivation of Batman, and a lot of changes happen with the screenplay slash writing of this movie. The What clip was that? Sin the clip from last night. Wait, I'm gonna check it out. I think something wild is happening. So we get the all black bat suit, and somehow the bat ears make Michael Keaton look tall, taller than usual. Culture fake. Theater owners are already putting Superman posters down. Yeah, yeah, I saw that. Are they serious? But that account from Twitter X is a parody account, right? The movie theater and the poster being ripped off the walls. Yeah, it's a parody account. Is that real? That is the question. Even if it is a parody account, it doesn't take away the fact that it's probably happening in real life. Billy D. Williams plays Harvey Dent. This is the start of some DEI casting way back when. I wonder how Billy D. Williams will act as Two Face as compared with Tommy Lee Jones' comedic take. Man, Jerry Hall as Joker's squeeze. She was Mick Jagger's girlfriend back in the day. Guns defenders were claiming that it's AI. Really? Well, doesn't the gun defenders u- use that tactic? Man, flop after flop is gonna happen. Man, this stream was a request from Daniel's hot uh, take because it's his birthday today. Shout out to Daniel on his birthday. Sinhabok says, yeah, it's a parody account, but Sinopolis are real theaters. Yeah, I know. And since they're already taking down the posters, uh, does that mean that it's gonna be another major flop for James Gunn? So let's check the timestamp. 10 minutes and 50 seconds. When the Batman 89 first hit the theaters, I was one of those who watched it. I watched it about uh, two times in one watching because uh, the theater time is not that strict back in the day. I watched this movie lots of times in theaters, in VHS, in VCDs, in DVDs, in streaming. Although back then, really think that Michael Keaton is too small to be Batman, and Jack Nicholson was paid more than Michael Keaton back in the day. Do you think that the writers were influenced by Frank Miller when they made Batman 89? Miller's Dark Knight Returns, of course, is a standard in comic book history. Although I enjoyed Batman Returns more because somehow I sense this movie is dated now compared to, let's say, Batman Begins. Was that really Bob Kane? Weird. Basically, this is. I'm gonna share something. So this is what Sin Havoc was talking about from culture culture fake. Breaking news: theater owners are already putting the Superman posters down as the movie is predicted to bomb at the box office. The summer marketing slot will be focused in Fantastic Four instead. Yeah, well, flop after flop is gonna happen. Flop after flop is gonna happen. Jack Palance as Carl Grissom, the mobster. And as for that, I'm gonna give Sin Havoc
You see
something.
this all the time at the level of a top producer who, between them or separately, will make flop after flop after flop after flop. I'm not going to name them, but I know who they are. And they're not all American either. And they still get paid huge sums of money for being in films that nobody wants to see. And producers make pictures out of which they take enormous sums of money. And the films, again, are not films people want to see. They're always going to blame somebody else. Always. Not their fault. No, 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 you were the one who said, or whatever. And there's a word for that. It's called upward failure. You see it all the time.
Of course, Upward failures. You see it all the time. You see Kim Basinger. Basinger, whatever. Michael Keaton got the eccentric billionaire part of his role correctly. Alfred plays Nanny to Bruce's Batman, and somehow it's all good, especially during those years. Pat Hingle plays Commissioner Gordon in the two Tim Burton directed Batman films. He plays Commissioner Gordon seriously. In the Joe Schumacher, uh, he was made into a parody of himself. Our timestamp 19 minutes 45 seconds. All right. The Wayne Manor looks like a museum of sorts. This is the arsenal. It comes from Japan. It's Japanese because I got it from the Japan. I got it from Japan. Vicky Vale was a character created during, I think, the 40s or the 50s. She appeared in the old Batman and Robin uh, black and white serials in, I think, 1948 or 1950. Man, Commissioner Gordon was compelled to leave. Michael Go as Alfred. All right. I probably will complete my planned streaming for the March of March. I thought I was gonna miss something, part of the streams, but well, it's an scheduling hell for me. Scheduling hell. Eckhart is uh, Eckhart is the corrupt police lieutenant or captain or what? And of course, Michael Keaton's Batman kills, something that's still being debated over at X or in other nerd sites. Nerd says Batman doesn't kill or should not kill or whatever. But that takes away realism in the stories. Sound effects are dated. That's now how they do gunfire anymore. This is the best sequence in this film, the warehouse fight scene. This is the first time Commissioner Gordon saw Batman in action. We have Sergeant Giratina in the chat. Welcome, Sergeant. Thank you for joining. Our timestamp is 26 minutes and 53 seconds for all of you who follows the film. Michael Keaton and the stuntman who wore the bat suit during this time are finding it hard to move their heads. They can't turn their heads unless you want to deform the cowl. It's hard rubber. and somehow when they made Batman Returns, they they had to figure out how to move Michael Keaton's neck. Let him go, or I'll to Gordon. Nice outfit. Those one-liners are campy if you think about it, honestly. And this is Dark Camp. Sergeant Giratina says Jack Nicholson was cast as Joker because of The Shining. Plus, the Joker has Jack Nicholson has full creative control of his character. That's why his Joker outfit, his pants as the Joker, are is played, not plaid or plaid. It's not the stripe type of suit. What happened in Batman 89 was they explored the villains more. They focus on the villains and not on Batman too much. They don't blame me. That's how I see it. I saw it, and that's how I'm still seeing it. Man, amazingly, in 1989, people accepted Batman killing people. Yeah, yes, yes, yes. That's I think that's hypocrisy. But this was the year of the bat. I heard that in the states, Batmania happened all over again compared to 1966 with Adam West. Bruce Wayne's motivation. He acts aloof, but he does love to go to bed with women. Is that the Playboy image or? Uh, oh, noise. Michael Go played. I saw him in Dracula. The first one with Christopher Lee as Jonathan Harker. Mhm. Playboy Bruce Wayne. So the room in Batman 89 where Vicky Vale and Bruce ate dinner is the same room in which Bruce Wayne ate spaghetti with Barry Allen in the Flash film. The budget for this film, way back in 1989, was 48 million, and the box office was 411.6 million. Not bad, right? That's not bad. Yes. Jack Nicholson plays an unhinged Joker, and they put a name for the Joker before he was the Joker. Jack Napier. Was that a good idea or what? The Joker should have no identity, much like what they Christopher Nolan did in The Dark Knight with Heath Ledger's Joker. Yeah, this is grim, campy, dark, and somehow it worked. But this has always plagued Batman in other media, like the films and the TV series. Jack Nicholson picked his wardrobe personally during the filming of Batman. I have two versions of the Batman comic book adaptation from '89. This was with art by the legendary Jerry Ordway. Jack is dead, my friend. You can call me Joker. As you can see, I'm a lot happier. Jack Nicholson's Joker was the template that other Bat villains followed after this film. Danny DeVito's Penguin, uh, who played the Riddler in Batman Forever, and Tommy Lee Jones as Two Face. Jim Carrey's overacting Riddler, which is a tribute to Frank Gorshin's version, and also, of course, Arnold Schwarzenegger's Mr. Freeze are all modeled. They are all modeled after Jack Nicholson's Joker. The Batman's franchise fell into a trap set by the old Batman 1966 series, where the focus was on the villains. Creepy Joker. But somehow they didn't need to change Michael Keaton's voice as Bruce Wayne nor Batman. Well, this is why Kevin Conroy's Batman is the best. Batman has the best Batman voice ever. Vicky Vale cannot really take a hint. Jerry Hall plays Alicia Hunt, Carl Grissom's girlfriend, and Jack Napier's side uh, girlfriend. But when the Joker went mad and put acid in his face, it reminds me of the partner of Black Mass in the comics. They put prosthetic on Jack Nicholson's face, and Sin Havoc says, "Whoa, Joker's card, Joker cards, Joker's wild." Special effects is kind of dated. This is a hostile takeover. by the Joker gang, the Joker mob. Man, this is why a lot of people have had a hard time comparing Jack Nicholson and Heath Ledger's Joker because both of them played the character real well. And Bob, remember, you are you're my number one, and I. But my critique for Tim Burton since I first saw Batman is his storytelling technique. It's still, I don't know, I find it flawed. And of course, technically he's good, but I don't know. His Batman film still feels like comic booky. As I said earlier, still campy, although dark and grim, but it's still campy. Sean Young was originally cast as Vicky Vale, but was injured in a horse riding accident prior to the filming. Could have been different. Could have been a different Vicky Vale than Kim Basinger. A few actors was considered for the role of the Joker: Tim Curry, David Bowie, John Lithgow, Brad Dourif, Ray Liotta, and James Woods. But well, they picked Jack Nicholson instead, right? So we're in the part that Batman's paying tribute to the place in Crime Alley where his parents was shot down, where his parents were killed. Timestamp is 47 minutes 22 seconds. And and now the mob is fighting for the rights to head the properties of Carl Grissom. It's a gang war, actually. Whoa. The pen is mightier than the sword. Ironically campy. Man. And little geeks are live. Sorry, guys, I'm still in my watch along. Man, man, this town needs an enema. Well, this is really great. It's a lazy Sunday for me. Lazy Sunday morning, a bit cold, and it still feels like summer has not started. I wonder why. Our timestamp 52 minutes, 11 seconds. Yeah. Vicky Vale is obsessed with Bruce Wayne. Now, who would not be, since Bruce is a millionaire, billionaire, right? Who would not be interested? Joker's motivation is still sex and violence. Well, it, it would have been nice if we got a Batman film with Deadshot or with other villains. Batfleck could have made a great series of movies. We're still in the middle of the movie in the film. Joker is a homicidal maniac, a genocidal maniac, also a chemical genius, like in the comic books. So Batman is one of the last action films during the 80s. The end of that decade was awesome. The action films were really wild back then. So the Joker killed a newscaster, Smilex. Joker kills his villains and leaves them with his garly, girlish grin ever since his creation in 1940. Man, They're still trying to figure out what the Joker uses to kill. The overall tone of the film is really dark, and somehow there's a real hint of realism. A good film overall. The Joker made Alicia into Cersei. Can't believe that this is a set. The film was shot in a giant set. Vicky Vale's hot for Bruce Wayne was used against her by the manipulative Joker, well, for sexual purposes. Someone sent Vicky a gas mask with a note. So when Jack became the Joker, he his genocidal tendencies raised about 200%. He kills everyone without remorse and in a funny way. Man. Now we'll listen to Prince as they wreck the Joker gang wrecks the museum. Joker was here. Party Man by Prince. I think some clowns did this in a museum recently, vandalized the paintings. So This film was bad influence. Damn. You see how dated this is? They still have that Sound Blaster cassette. Man, the things Vicky went through to impress Bruce. But it wasn't Bruce who was impressed. Man. Timestamp 1 hour, 4 minutes, and 42 seconds. Joker considers himself as a homicidal artist. Oh boy. Hmm. Pouring acid in someone's face. This happens in real life more than people care to admit. Man, I'm melting, I'm melting. Boo. And of course, Batman entering through skylight with his cowl uh, going sideways. Where does he get those wonderful toys? We got to see firsthand for the first time the design for the Batmobile. This Batmobile is based on a Formula One or Formula Two car. The Joker's henchman has Joker style cars. Joker painted cars, which reminds me of all those Joker stuff during the 1960s before he was transformed back into a homicidal maniac in the comics. Why does he have to go out? It's only traffic. It's so weird. Now he's running in the streets. No, 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 no. How much do you weigh? This is the first time that we saw Batman using grappling hooks in real life. Body armor is all over. Although in the back of Batman's costume is soft. It's not. Uh, it's not rubber. Only the chest part is rubber. A lot of extra who plays henchmen are taller than Michael Keaton. He is not that imposing at all. Although I like the costume, the rubber boots design of this costume for Michael Keaton's Batman. It's freaking practical. Come on, come on. Michael Keaton's Batman relies on high tech gadgets so much. Well, anyway, the road to Wayne Manor or the road to the Batcave is on. Vicky Vale is so curious with Batman's face. Huge set for the Batcave. The original Batcave for Michael Keaton's Batman is different than the Batcave for uh, Val Kilmer and later on for George Clooney's Batman. And thank you for joining us in the chat, Sergeant. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you next stream. I wonder. And oh, what's happening? Somehow, Batman deduce that of what the chemicals are doing, or how the chemical works. The chemicals the Joker use works. Man, yeah, Batman took the film. Man, yep. The press has Batman cracks the Joker's poison combination. I have given a name to my pain, and it's Batman. Anyway, Alfred is being tenacious, and Batman always reveals his identity to women. Hmm. She acts like a girlfriend, but she's not. Oh yeah. No. I'm Batman. Weird. I'm Batman. Batman. Enter the Joker. Sorry about that. Man, our timestamp is 1 hour, 22 minutes, and 15 seconds. And another rooster in the henhouse. The portrayal of Bruce Wayne is reminiscent of the early days in the creation of Batman, where he's not acting as a fop. You want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts. Tell me something. You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? Oh yeah. Nice. That's one of the memorable lines in this movie. Nice. And Bruce disappeared, saved by silverware. See, this is camp. Okay. Batman 89 is totally erasing Batman 66 campy style. Yet somehow through the years, this film became dark camp. Joker considers himself as an artist. is Batman. Mano y mano. It's the challenge. Batman versus Joker. Joker challenges Batman to take off his cowl, take off his mask. The Monarch Theater. This is similarly how Zack Snyder, the first scene from the Watchmen movie. The difference with Batman's origin here is that two people, two persons, killed the Waynes, and it turns out, as a plot twist, that Jack Napier and Carl Grissom are the perps. This was during their young days, right? No Joe Chill in this movie at all. And You Ever Dance with the Devil by the Pale Moonlight was Jack's trademark. Now, remember the Batman the Mask, the Phantasm? This is how the Joker was portrayed in that cartoon. And Alfred just busted Batman's identity to Vicky Vale. Man, all right. I want to. And yes, we're nearing The best fight scenes, one of the best fight scenes in this movie. Our timestamp is 1 hour, 34 minutes, and 15 seconds. The body count just rose exponentially. Batman using submachine guns mounted in the Batmobile. No rubber bullets here. And yes, boom. Batman kills a bunch of mobsters. The music is stylized. I don't know if I think Danny Elfman also wrote this background sound. Man, Joker looks like a clown in purple, and he's always wearing this fedora. There were a lot of firsts in this movie. We saw Batman wearing all black for the first time. There's also the Batwing. And yes, there it is. The Batwing. Were no Batwing toys back then. Robert Wuhl plays Alexander Knox, and he also reprised this his role here from Batman '89 to the CW's crossover event Crisis on Infinite Earths. And now comes the part where I relieve you, little people, of the burden of your failed and useless lives. If you gotta go, go with a smile. Damn. S- Joker gas to kill people? Man. Man. And people are dying, falling all over. Sh- And now Batman collects the balloons. Nah, my balloons. Joker's balloons. Man. Bob Gunn. Oops, he killed Bob. The bat signal. Man, Batman's still continuing his killing spree, using machine guns and missiles. He still uh, couldn't kill Joker. Man, the Joker got him in the first shot. There goes the Batwing. Oh man, they're going into the cathedral. Let's go to church. I got to get you to the church on time. Gotham Cathedral is one really large, really tall, Gothic design. The set design is so wild. It's really based on actual churches. The Gothic vibe, the dark design of the cathedral. The climb is hard enough without, I mean, how far can a person walk? Church bells. And now they've surrounded the cathedral. Our timestamp is, of course, 1 hour, 48 minutes, and 23 seconds. As usual, the police are late. Typical movies. This is a classic film, definitely. Hmm. That was devastating. Now that the cops are can't help Vicky Vale nor Batman. So there was a video game based on this movie from Ocean Software, Sunsoft, Atari Games, Konami. Shall we dance? And now Joker is dancing the waltz with Vicky Vale as Batman takes care of the thugs. Okay, Batman versus the big guy. This shit won't happen with uh, Batfleck. I'm telling you. Batman is finding it hard to fight this really big uh, henchman. It's so weird. I think Tim Burton adjusted himself in Batman Returns as the big guy there was easily defeated, unlike this guy. But Batfleck took care of tons of thugs by himself in hand-to-hand combat. This fight is too long for my taste. Man, this is embarrassing. Batman cheated in this scene and killed off this big guy. That's how he defeated this guy, not with his skills, but by his wits and by killing him. Remember that, kids. Joker is really taking advantage of Vicky Vale. And Vicky notices Batman in the shadow. So she bit her lips and ugh, yuck, ew. Will you make that mistake with the Joker? Man. And the Joker become unhinged sexually. Excuse me. You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? I made you, but you made me first. I made you, but you made me first. You killed my parents. No boy. The ledge. Man, the movie's confusing at times. Sometimes it's inconsistent, but I think that's how Tim Burton uh, directs. Even the Joker logo looks like classic comic book Joker. Man, they're dragging the gargoyle and the Joker. This is not accidental. This is a planned killing. And that's it. The Joker fell. Grappling hooks. Grappling hook works. Batman just saved both himself and Vicky Vale from certain death. And the Joker should have a splattered body, blood splatter all over, and a laughing box, giggling machine. Huh. A really tragic end for a tragic villain. It's not really tragic. He's genocidal, so this all happened in the first Batman film in over 2 decades, from the 1960s, and today, how many years since 1989? Almost 35 years. More than 30 years. He gave us the signal. All right. This is the first time they used the bat signal. And there it is. Alfred picking up Vicky Vale for future references. Alfred spoils Bruce too much, in my opinion. All right. This shot of at the end, classic movie ending, we see the landscape of Gotham, the skyscrapers. We see Batman with the bat signal. And that's it for the film. Did you guys enjoy it? I rate this movie as an 8 over 10. Kind of dated, but still good. And one of the best films, the best Batman films out there. So continue to support this channel, like, subscribe, and share the video. And Mikeyverse forever. Wait, where are we? Oops, sorry about that. I'm out of here. See you soon.
DC is loading up fast for another failure. The desperation is breaking the fandom beyond repair. Do you think James Gunn or David Zaslav really care? The gun's about to go off, the blast is heard around the world. These shots are crazy, the gunfire misses cause WBD is lazy. The target is off while the gun smokes and clicks. It's time for Warner to sell the Snyderverse to Netflix. The DCU is DOA. Here's the message, here's what we're trying to say. Empty promises and it's not working because Gunny wants some toilet humor featuring endless twerk and pretending like he's not an amateur, but let's be real, all his work is silly. He's a fraud, I fake a really bad deal. Yo, WBD, stop the DC steal. The Gunny poo, Gunny poo, Gunny poo. It's flop after flop, that's all you'll ever do is It's still a mystery as to why they gave you Scooby-Doo. Because flop after flop is all you ever do. It's a bad legacy that you're leaving behind. You never listen to the people, you just do what's on your mind. You're an overgrown child who needs to be stopped. After Guardians, what happened to your career? Oh yeah, that's right, it flopped. You're not funny, damn son, you must like losing money. There's only one thing that would be worse: if you had your grubby evil hands in the Snyderverse. Gun, gun, go away. Take your toys and go, we don't want to play. DC is loading up fast for another failure. The desperation is breaking the fandom beyond repair. Do you think James Gunn or David Zaslav really care? The gun's about to go off, the blast is heard around the world. These shots are crazy, the gunfire misses cause WBD is lazy. The target is off while the gun smokes and clicks. It's time for Warner to sell the Snyderverse to Netflix. The DCU is DOA. Here's the message, here's what we're trying to say. Empty promises and it's not working, because Gunny wants some toilet humor featuring endless twerking, pretending like he's not an amateur, but let's be real, all his work is silly. He's a fraud, a fake, a really bad deal. Yo, WBD, stop the DC steal. The Gunny poo, Gunny poo, Gunny poo. It's flop after flop, that's all you'll ever do. It's still a mystery as to why they gave you Scooby-Doo. Because flop after flop is all you ever do. It's a bad legacy that you're leaving behind. You never listen to the people, you just do what's on your mind. You're an overgrown child who needs to be stopped. After Guardians, what happened to your career? Oh yeah, that's right, it flopped. You're not funny, damn son, you must like losing money. There's only one thing that would be worse: if you had your grubby evil hands in the Snyderverse. Gun, gun, go away. Take your toys and go, we don't want to play.